Hello everybody and welcome to another video. My name is ROHO. Today you're going to learn how to sketch a tree, un árbol. This sketch is going to take you roughly 10 to 15 minutes, so get comfortable and enjoy your process. And here we go. I'm going to start at the base of the tree. And right now, I'm sketching a kind of rough line that's going to create the shape of the tree. Now it's up to you as the artist. You can use a reference, you can go outside, you can look out your window and just sketch out these rough lines. I am barely touching the paper at this point in time. It's just more of kind of gliding the pencil across the paper, and it kind of helps you loosen your grip a little bit. Again, this is a sketch. It should be fun and stress-free. So just enjoy your process. At this point, I'm just kind of drawing and sketching as best I can. Just kind of quickly drawing in the main branches. So still keeping it nice and loose, I'm just sketching out these lines to see if I want to make the tree a bit bigger, if I want to sketch it out so that one side is going to be darker, where's my light source going to come from. Again, it's totally up to you. You being the artist, you can make it up as you go along, or you can use a reference, and that's the way I like to approach things, using a reference from a photograph or a painting or a picture off a line, or you can just look out your window depending if you have a tree back there. So it's totally up to you. And the more you do these practices, the more you can start to develop memory, and you can pretty much make your own tree in your particular style, in your particular way. And that's the beauty of becoming an artist. You can harness that skill and make it your own. And that's where your style starts to come into play. So if you notice, I'm starting to darken in the lines that I think I'm going to keep. And so this is how most drawings come about. Again, this approach is from a sketch, so at this point in time, you should be starting to decide on which lines you want to keep. And those lines that you want to keep, you pretty much just want to darken in, and that's by pressing down on the paper a bit harder. And at this point, I'm getting ready with my 6B pencil. And all it is the lead of the 6B is a bit darker. And so if I want to switch it up, I usually do. There's a lot of different type of pencils. There's 2B, 3B, 4B, all the way up to 6B. The lead pencil, the mechanical pencil that I'm using is a 2B pencil. And so 6B gives me a darker range, and that's why I like to use it. And at this point, it's pretty much a repetitive process where I start to darken in those branches that I think are going to look pretty good for the ending of this sketch. And so the beauty of nature is that there really isn't a duplicate of trees. Every tree is somewhat different in a lot of different ways. And so you start to notice these things, especially if you start to draw from nature, that nothing is identical to the next tree next to it. So you start to notice and develop these senses as you become more of a decorated and serious artist. Again, this video is for anybody that wants to learn how to draw a tree, but these same skills can be applied with anything else. And so if you think you can jump from sketching to a finished drawing, go ahead and do that. Or if you want to start to paint some trees and some nature, go ahead and do that. The beauty is to enjoy your particular process. Everyone has their own particular process. So at this point, I grabbed my 6B pencil, and if you notice, I'm going to use the side of the pencil, and all that means is that it covers more area when I decide to draw or shade in the leaves, and that's what I'm doing now. And once again, try to enjoy the process. Don't worry too much about the realism of the tree or how realistic the leaves are. I wouldn't recommend focusing on each individual leaf. This is more about getting the character of the tree. You know, if you want the tree to look more aged or old, then it would probably have less leaves. You know, so you're the artist. You can be the creative director of this drawing that you're developing. So enjoy your process. I think I'm just going to gently develop and build on the leaves throughout the tree. And I enjoy to bounce around. So if you notice, I started with the leaves. Now I'm going back to the bark of the tree and try to give it more sense of realism. You know, more character, more maybe cross-hatching. And so at this point, I pretty much determined that I want the light source or the sun to come from the left side. And so the right side of the tree is going to be the part where it's heavily shadowed. I noticed this video was a bit shaky. I think I forgot to put the tape where I usually put it, so I'll have to check on that next time and make sure that it's not as shaky for the next video. So my apologies. And remember, if you're using a reference, the beauty of it is that for the most part, no one is ever going to see that reference, that photograph, or that tree that you're drawing. So they're not going to have anything to compare it to. And so all they're going to see is your sketch, your drawing of this tree that pretty much came out of nowhere. It was a blank piece of paper, and now you have a nicely drawn in, developed looking tree. At this point, giving the tree a bit more character with a few more detailed lines. And if you notice, I kind of blended in the right side of the tree with my finger to emphasize where the shadow is. And when you're done, you can go ahead and sign it, and you're good to go. And that's it, you're done. Pencils down. I hope you enjoyed your process on how to sketch a tree from start to finish. If you like this type of content, please hit subscribe so that I can continue doing this type of video and this type of content for you guys. And remember, every day is an opportunity to create something beautiful. Adios.